What's up, everybody? It's your boy Wings of Redemption, and I'm back bringing you the great commentary here. Let's go ahead and get into the gameplay. I'm probably not going to be talking too much about the gameplay itself. We're going to talk about a little bit more about everything is with the map pack. I know I'm a little bit late behind the times and things of that nature with the map pack, but let's go ahead and just talk about it since it recently came out on the PlayStation Network, which I'm pretty much through my rigging with the PlayStation Nation, the PS4, PlayStation 3, and one of the downsides is you get late content on Call of Duty. One of the upsides is you get free content on Destiny. I don't know. I don't even know if I'm getting Destiny, but let's go ahead and talk about this map pack in general. I originally didn't want to buy the map pack itself, but there's a couple things that kind of swayed me into getting it itself. I didn't buy the season pass, which I could have. In the long run, it would save me money. But one thing, I don't want to get burned again. I'd rather get burned for an extra $10 after everything's said and done than get burned again with map packs I don't want. For example, when I bought the last season pass, it was on Black Ops 2. And through Black Ops 2, I was really excited because the first map pack, which is what sold me on the season pass, came with a gun called the Peacemaker. And this one came with two guns for the most part. It's the same gun but two variations of the gun. You have a Maverick assault rifle and a Maverick sniper rifle, which you can probably find hundreds, if not thousands, of YouTube videos on the Maverick assault rifle. You're asking yourself, Wings, what the fuck can you tell me that nobody else has told me about this gun or this situation? And the answer is goddamn nothing. I've used this gun less than any other YouTube commentator out there, mainly because I try not to play this game anymore. But that's just me. The reason I'm showing this game off is, one, it's just new footage, and two, it's something I wanted to talk over for the most part. But let's just talk about map packs in general and how they're bad value. Everybody knows that I'm a Fallout fan. Hell, I got a really long Fallout LP going on right now, which everybody should check out and like that video as well, as much as liking this one, because ratings help everything. But as a Fallout fan, I'm spoiled with very good DLC content. And in this DLC content, it's painfully aware how shitty the map packs are. Let's look at what we got in this. We got 4 maps. We got Fog, we got Bayview, Containment, and there's that one other map, which I forget its name at this point right now. The one that in Ignition. You get 4 maps, and you get a gun that's probably already on the disc. So with that being said, why is it 15 bucks? Let's look at what we get for other DLCs. Let's say, for example, the DLC, the season pass for Last of Us was 20 bucks. For 20 bucks, you get 3 DLCs, and these 3 DLCs come with characters, voice actors, extra content that's not in the game, and pretty much you get more dollar for your value. But Fallout is king. Fallout is king in these situations. Fallout DLCs run about 10 bucks a piece. After they run 10 bucks a piece up until the point that they go on sale, which they sell on sale, they run for about 4 bucks a piece. With the Call of Duty map packs go on sale once a goddamn year, whereas Fallout map packs, I think if you can get them on sale for 2 bucks, which isn't a good value since when the game's on sale you can get the game for 2 bucks. So for $4 you can get Fallout and some of the DLC if you don't buy the game with all the DLC for 2 bucks. But that's taking time. But let's look what a Fallout DLC gives you. It gives you voice acting. It gives you 6 to 7 hours of gameplay. It gives you new items into the game, new guns and weapons every time. It gives you more perks, more customization. It just gives you so much more for your money, and it's cheaper. But people like Activision can charge $15 for their DLCs, and half the time I don't even like them. The track record is I dislike the map pack maps more than I like the regular maps, and that's pretty much universal forever. Like Fog, I love the look of Fog, love the Michael Myers thing, hate playing the map Fog. Why? Because the map is a clusterfuck of tunnels and Inuits that just kind of interweave and intersect, and there's this house that seems to be the hub of everything that has 1,500 entrances, and it's not a very fun experience. You feel like you have no semblance or control of the map whatsoever. Maybe it's just me, maybe I haven't played the map enough, but for my understanding, it's just not a map that I enjoy playing. Ignition, Scrapyard. Didn't enjoy playing Scrapyard Modern Warfare 2. Let's move on. Containment, Bullshit. Has a stupid little gimmick in the middle of the map that pretty much is a scrambler. Alright, that sucks. Let's move on. Bayview. Well, Bayview's the trolley map. And it's the map what you're looking at right now. It's got a trolley that goes around it. Small map, 4 buildings, easy to camp on. It's what it is. I mean, personally, Bayview is probably my favorite. Maybe because that's what I've done the best on. But all in all, the map packs, they're mediocre. I mean, the only real advantage to this map pack itself and what got me to buy it was the fact they added the Maverick Assault Rifle. And for the sheer value what I'm getting, I bought it just because of the sheer boredom with all the other weapons. Would I like to play with a new weapon? Yes, that will keep these Clan Wars and Diamond League Clan Wars a little bit more entertaining in the future. But for the most part, they're fucking dull as shit. I mean, they're like dress shoes. I don't like this map pack at all. But that's my personal opinion. What do you guys? What was your opinion of this?
Hey fellas, it's your boy Wings, or Jordie Jordan. I'm kind of trying to drop the Wings of Redemption moniker. I got to get the sissified thing. What's up, girl? What's up? I'm sitting out here trying to walk off this soreness, and it's not working very well. I gotta go back to the gym tomorrow, and like my legs are fucking destroyed. I got a new trainer. His name's Ryan, and he does a lot more cardio. And like I think he's making it his mission to destroy my legs in each way possible. I really wanted to show some of the videos lately about of that, but I took my camera both times. Well, I took the GoPro both times, and well, first day I forgot how to record with it, and I just wanted to get the workout going and done because it was the first workout between Drew and them. And the second day, as soon as I got recorded with it, battery died. So it's charged up now. I should have GoPro footage for you tomorrow evening. Should have some workout GoPro footage for you, for people wondering about the workout. Oh man, dude. Hopefully tomorrow's not a leg day again, because I can't take another leg day. My muscles, I don't know, see if you can see this. I'm just going to point it out. From like there, all the way to there, is just done. So is my hamstrings. Like what I did was, we were doing squats. I'm a big dude myself, and doing squats, it's not I'm not the biggest advocate of squats for my size. But we did the bar squats, basically where you sit on a bench, you step up, then you do a press, then you come bring the press back down, sit down, stand back up, press, doing that. Oh, there's Bastard Brook right there. Hey, give him a smile. I am. The Bud Light PJs. Hey, Bastard Brook's back. But we did a series of things. We did that. We did knee push-ups, and then we moved right into running, basically running. We did that, knee push, running, and then we did a squat with a weight, 45-pound weight. You basically squat down, pick it up, bring it up to your chest, then squat back down, sit it back down, pick it up, bring it up to your chest. And then after that, we did standing jumps. Basically, you hold onto ropes, and you jump and try to bring your knees up to your chest. All these destroyed my legs pretty efficiently, I must say. And it was not pretty in the least bit. So hopefully I have more workout footage for you here tomorrow. We've come to a couple conclusions with Chevy. Chevy has two conclusions. One, he's dumb. And we've been trying to figure out why is he so dumb. So we kind of figured it out. And what we concluded was Chevy was dumb because he's a blonde. So we've got that down pat. So he's a blonde, so he's a little bit dumb. We've also concluded, since that he is dumb, and we've already qualified that he's blonde, that he doesn't really have a regular name. His name is Chevrolet Aloysius Jordan. But for him, I think he understands it as this: Chevy Get Down No. So he has like a Native American name. So you respond to him, Chevy Get Down No, and he'll respond to you. And I think that's his name. Chevy. Chevy. It's not a video without a little bit of Christine in it. That's my baby. Whoop, whoop, whoop. We have Taylor's new boyfriend here. Let's see his nice smooth ride. Got the nice mud accent on the paint. LT. Keys in the car. Nice leather seats. Nice no dash kit. Look at here. Wonder if that's considered open container. Must be young. Must be young. Shake that butt for us. Come on, give us a little tushy shake. Look at that. Go, get him to the gun show. Look at me, son. Damn sexy.
Hello, how you guys doing? I'm Jordie Jordan, and this is part of my workouts. This is your first video ever watching me. Hello, welcome to the team. I grew up as a fat kid most of my life, and lately I was given the privilege of having the chance to change my life around. Started at basically around 450 pounds. I'm now 384 pounds, and this is my life story. Well, not my life story, but this is my story of weight loss. The gym. For those of you who don't know, I started out with my first personal trainer. His name was Drew. I can't say his last name. It's some Italian last name. And Drew basically got fired. And I started out with Drew as when he was an independent contractor, and he would basically do house calls, meet you at the gym, and do things like that. I enjoyed it very much. I really liked it, and it kept me active, and it kept my weight loss, and it kept me basically on the downward edge. And then Drew kind of got canned from this place. I kind of got grandfathered into ISI. What happened is Drew brought me in with him and brought all his clients when he got a job with ISI because it was more stable. It was guaranteed money. That's exactly what it was. It was for him. It was guaranteed money. He didn't have to worry about people calling out. He didn't have to worry about people, dropping him as a client. He didn't have to worry about the money. All he had to do was worry about showing up and training people when they came through the door, which I understood. And it also gave us a chance to have new toys, i.e., workout equipment, weights, and things of that nature I didn't have around my house. Because around my house, we basically did just, walking, exercise, boxing, and things of that nature. So we basically had a facility that we could work with. The problem I had with this facility was that it was 40 minutes away from my house. It being 40 minutes away from my house cost me an extra $160 a month, which I was cool with because one, it helped Drew out. Two, it was part of the workout process, and it's like, well, I do get to use all these toys and have this environment where, it basically, you can work out and it takes you out of your element and it gets you away from the house. I was all fine with that kind of stuff. So, fast forward, Drew ends up getting canned about 2 months into it. Well, I signed a 3-month contract to begin with just to try to test out the facility. And I'm about 2 weeks till the end of this 3-month contract. So, but when Drew got fired, I had basically a whole month. My contract goes from the 18th to the 18th of every month. So I decided that, one, Drew signed what's that thing called? A clause where basically you're not allowed to do any kind of competition. Like if he wasn't allowed to come to ISI and take their customers and basically work with them. So while I was under that clause, I'm like, look, you guys obviously don't want to lose money. You're a growing gym and things of that nature. I'm gonna give you a month, and if you can give me $160 worth, which is what I told him. I don't get anything different from here than I would get normally without the driving, which is the 40-minute drive there and back. It's a 40-minute drive there. It's like an hour and 15 back because around here we have this thing called rush hour. And generally my workouts happen at 3 p.m. and rush hour starts at 3 p.m. and it goes 3 to about 6. So I'm driving home where everybody else is driving home from work. So it takes a lot longer to get home. And I'm generally sore during that period. But Then let's fast forward to Ryan. Ryan was another trainer that was at the gym. I never really dealt with him, but he never was a very personable kind of guy. He's just kind of silent. He walks through, he does his things, but he's very vicious with his workouts. And like to me, his workouts were very lopsided. He did a lot of leg stuff. And when the guy my size, leg stuff is horrible. And you might think about it, well, it's what you need. You need cardio. Yeah, I need cardio. I do need cardio. But at the same thing, you got to understand that when you overdo cardio on a guy my size, it affects his whole life. When I can't walk the next day because my hamstrings and my thighs are just destroyed, or my calves are throbbing, or going into, or tightening up, what was that shit called? Cramping up. It affects my whole life because everything I do is a leg exercise of my normal daily routine. When I get out of the shower, when I get dressed, when I, take the trash out, when I go up and down steps, get in and out of my vehicle, all of these things are huge leg exercises for me because the sheer amount of weight my legs have to pick up. And at the flip side of things, I don't need leg muscle. You might think, well, you need leg muscle. The idea is to lose weight, not to get more leg muscle to help carry the weight. That's the idea behind going to the gym. That's the idea of investing all this money into the gym, is to lose the weight so I don't need more leg muscle. I'd be much happier if my leg muscles were atrophying or atrophying. I don't know which one takes the cake here. Basically just degrading on itself because of lack of weight that it doesn't need to carry anymore, than it would be to constantly build it. So I don't understand the idea of constantly working my legs with cardio. Obviously, there's cardios that you can do without working your legs. You can do crunches, you can do sit-ups, you can do you could just do arm movements. I could sit there punch. I could be sitting down punching, and if I do it hard enough, that can be construed as cardio. Free weights, picking a medicine ball, throwing a medicine ball up and down. All these things can happen and still be doing cardio without destroying my legs. It seemed like he almost felt like it was his goal to destroy my legs, and I just didn't like that. I mean, this is the third session. I did 2 sessions beforehand. Each session I did, my legs were just fucking destroyed every fucking time. And I was not happy. I didn't feel like I was getting my money's worth. I felt like I was just getting tortured, and it made me not want to go to the gym at all. I'd get these massive headaches throughout the day after the gym, and it would generally last for 24 hours. And I don't know. I think a lot of it was just because my body would just go into this fatigue mode that I just couldn't get out of. And he just worked me way too hard. And most people are like, well, that's what a personal trainer does. He's supposed to work you way too hard. Well, a personal trainer is supposed to help you lose weight. He's supposed to be able to adjust the workouts to you. He's supposed to be able to adjust on the fly. He's supposed to worry about your nutrition. He's supposed to call you, keep you up, keep you motivated, keep you happy, and make you want to keep coming back. That's a personal trainer's job. Anybody can learn a set of workouts and run through and count to 10. I could do that at 400 pounds. I could run there and be like, all right, guys, you're going to need to do this, and I'm going to watch. I can do that shit. I can. The real value in a trainer is somebody that's there for you, that motivates you, that keeps you on it going, and makes the workouts fun, but at the same time effective. I don't know. What do you guys think? Hopefully, I got a call with Drew this morning after 11, and hopefully we'll get stuff popping and we'll get back on the bandwagon with him. What up, guys? It's your boy Wings of Redemption, and I'm back bringing you another gameplay here on Call of Duty. Just a little sniper footage I've got pieced together here for you. And remember, liking my Call of Duty gameplays or any of my gaming gameplays or watching any of my gaming gameplays does not hinder my weight loss effort, but helps it out because it alleviates the whole need for money. So, with that being said, feel free to rate the video as best you wish. For those of you wondering, you've seen some graphic changes on my channel over the last couple of days. You notice there's wonderful thumbnails. You'll notice that the thumbnails stand out. They're vibrant. You'll notice a huge level of SEO starting to use in the titles and the description of my videos. And I wanted to go ahead and kind of touch on all of this and why am I doing it and what it's for. Well, number one in it all, there's a TV show, and that TV show is called Bar Rescue. I was watching Bar Rescue with my buddy Brooke just the other day, and while I'm watching this, I'm sitting there thinking, man, this is what I need to do to my channel. For those of you who are never seen the program, or maybe don't even have access to it, Bar Rescue is basically where a guy named John Taffer goes around and takes these dive bars and turns them into something special and gets the community to come back to it and gets customers to return and give it a second chance. And hopefully the second chance they'll stick around and maybe find it's one of their favorite hangouts. Well, this is what I'm kind of trying to do. And some of the key parameters that he does when he changes the bar around is, first off, he changes the name of the club. And I needed to change the name of my club, and here's a couple reasons why. A couple of reasons I need to change the name of my club. If you punch Wings of Redemption into the search engine, you find nothing but negative results. It's Wings versus this person, Wings Death Suicide, Wings versus Syndicate. Everything there is just negative. The only thing positive about that is I think Wings and Fallout comes up. I think that's it. For the most part, people love to just rag on negativity and bring up things of the past. For those of you who are unaware, the Wings vs. Syndicate thing was 3 years ago. The Wings Death Suicide thing wasn't even true, and there never was a Wings vs. Thunder, so I don't even know where these things come from. But with that being said, the only thing that should be up there is Wings is a camper. I mean, and that's pretty much it. I mean, I love to fucking camp. And this is me camping my ass off with a sniper rifle, playing it the only way I know how. But keep in mind that I play Call of Duty as regularly as an old man constipated takes a shit. It's just something I just don't do that often anymore. And mainly that comes from just people not accepting my playstyle. I mean, I used to love playing Call of Duty, and I'd put up videos and share my tips and things with people. And that's when people actually cared. There was good comments in there. Now it's just all this hate-filled rant. I bet there's going to be a hate-filled rant right here in this comment section below. You know why? Because there's always that one little kid that has ADHD. And I'm not trying to say ADHD is a bad thing. I'm not. I use ADHD as a loose term to define people that just can't sit still and can't control themselves long enough to actually get interested in something. If you can't watch Citizen Kane, you probably can't play at the level I play at with the patience. But all that aside, new coat of paint, new name. I decided to go with my actual name, Jordie Jordan. This is something my buddy Patrick actually came up to me, and Patrick is one that's helped me with the SEO change out here. The guy I did a video recently with, How I Become. And it was his idea to change it to Jordie Jordan, because luckily for me, my name is very catchy and it's very rememberable because it's kind of funny. It kind of rolls off your tongue. And I like my name better than Wings of Redemption. For those of you who don't know, Wings of Redemption was a channel, that name I created to watch Excal and Blame Truth back in the day. It's something I wanted to, so I didn't have to keep searching up people's videos every time I popped on. You know, I was kind of lazy, and I just ran with it, and hopefully people liked it by itself. I've heard people say that they found my channel because of my name, but that aside, I feel like I'd much rather include good things with me. So I'm trying to cast off the old past history of my channel, because I'm a different person now than I was back then, and I don't think that, you know, Fire Prejudice should be just sitting around. Just like PewDiePie cast off Call of Duty, just like Mr. Technical Difficulty passed off Call of Duty and became basically an entirely different channel. You shouldn't judge him based off his old Call of Duty stuff, things of that nature, which I don't even know if Mr. Technical Difficulty had anything bad to say about Call of Duty or anything like that. I'm using him as an example as a channel that changed more than anything else. But through a new coat of paint, concentrate on search engine optimization, something I've never done before. But a lot of the bigger channels just reign supreme search engine optimization. Channels like Ali, for example, are built around search engine optimization. And that's how Ali just rocketed past everybody in the gaming community. Because he pretty much controls the sub boxes. So I'm gonna try my best to try to get a little piece of that pie and actually start growing. Like, for those of you unaware or you don't care, subscribing is something that I've not been getting a lot lately. I mean, it's been 4.5 months since I actually got a positive day of subscriptions. I usually end up losing anywhere from 70 to 100 subscribers, and this has pretty much stemmed past the point. It's been, I don't know if it's been 4.5 months, it's March. It's been since about mid-November since I stopped gaining subscribers, and that was from the FPS bootcamp thing. So, with that being said, this is why the channel change is happening. This is out there so people don't speculate. And hopefully I can get my channel back to the point where people enjoy to come to it. I want to concentrate a lot on Let's Plays, I want to concentrate some on games, and I want to concentrate some on vlogs, and I'm going to continue with the weight loss and the workout stuff, because that is a life change that I'm trying to go through. But anyway, thank you for watching the video. It's been your boy Wings of Redemption. Hey guys, it's your boy Wings of Redemption, and I'm back bringing you a great gameplay here today. We're going to do a little series today called Throwback Thursday. It's something I'm going to do toward the end of the day, where I'm going to take older videos and kind of go back over them, or just kind of re-upload them for people that might have missed them. Since I've been around for about 6 years, it's something that it's going to do. It's almost, I did something like this, kind of like reminiscing a couple years back, but we're going to start out today with our first audio commentary I ever put out. Going into this video, I want to say that I was very nervous, and one of the things I was very nervous about is I just recently learned how to basically record my voice on the audio itself. So I tried 3 or 4, maybe even 5 times to try to talk over this 10-minute gameplay, and I didn't want to get a camping gameplay right out the gate, because because even back then people weren't okay with camping, and I was going to slowly break them into it, and it never worked. Nobody ever really accepted my play style. So I got a gameplay where I went 70 and 15 with the Type 100 on a map called Dome. Dome is kind of synonymous with me because I have a complete mastery of this map. So much forth that I used to challenge people 1v1, like open lobbies on this map. I was just so confident on it. I knew every nook, cranny, and line of sight of the map. It was a very, very well put together map. In my opinion, the best small map ever made on Call of Duty. But we got a 70 and 15 with a Type 100. Hope you guys enjoy. If you're reminiscing, take you down memory lane. If you've seen this video before, maybe you've seen it when it came out, let me know in the comments.
Hello. Yeah, hi again. This is my first commentary, and here we go. I was going to do a shotgun vid I recorded today, but well, there's a lot of acclamation about me camping in my making video. So I decided to post this video even though the score isn't that great. It shows more true to form how running gun isn't a skill, and is more luck than anything. This map, Dome on Domination, is really a frenzied mess when it comes to random spawns. I'm camping using the term loosely, up on the second story, and they keep spawning to the right side of me. This is because more than one person on my team is always in a spawn spot, and the way the spawn system is set up is that it tries to put them in a place where they can't be spawn killed. This kind of sucks for you on maps like Dome and Courtyard, because when the game does this, it puts them behind you, especially in games like War. War is notorious for this because, I mean, if you push them back to their last flag and you spawn trapping them or anything of that nature, it's going to spawn them back in your spawn, which will give them automatic flank. And like War on maps on Dome, there's only 3 spawns on the map. There's 2 main spawns and 1 off spawn. The off spawn usually dies as soon as the other team goes in your spawn, spawning behind them. I mean, so next time you're in a game and you get killed in behind and you're like, how the hell did he get there? It's probably because one of your homeboys with the MP40 is in their spawn trying to get 1 or 2 kills. I mean, 1 or 2 kills for your fives. This is a bad thing to do for your team because you're getting 1 or 2 kills, and if you're lucky, 3 or 4, maybe a recon before you meet Reaper's hand. But on the flip side, anybody that's defending your spawn or defending the flag or camping, there's that word again, gets shot in the back, they could lose, artillery, dogs, recon, and one person could go on a fucking rampage on people with their backs turned and get a recon. Every time you die, you should think about that, because every time you die, you're hurting your team. I mean, think about it. Going into the spawn is stupid and reckless and is a telltale sign of a bad player. End of story. So then we come to this map. You can either run a gun or play your poker hand or get a machine gun and camp on the second story. Has no spawn spots on the second story, and you only have 3 entrances to deal with them, and 2 of them are usually clogged up by your team. I mean, it's starting to show. This is my first commentary. to give me time. I have little blank spots. And that means when your team's blocking the other two, namely the ladder and the little piece of shit that's fell over on the side there, the only thing you gotta worry about is the back stairs, which if you use a headset or have a good sound system, you can generally hear somebody coming up there. And most of the time, nobody's gonna get that far anyway. That leaves your aim and your judgment to only things that's gonna get your ass killed. I mean, if you have shitty aim, or if you're standing behind like this piece of wood right here, that wood can be shot through without deep impact. Wood provides you little to no protection other than lack of vision. I mean, it goes to say, I've always said this in games, search and destroy. Anybody who's known me for any while has heard me say this. A mediocre camper will beat a fantastic rusher, and this is 100% true. And I've heard people go off so far to say as, you're not playing the game right, or you're playing cheap. Well, let me tell you, if using the environment is cheap, but you using Jug on a gun that has 65 bullets in the clip, the fastest run walk, the best hip fire, the only weapon to have a headshot, one-shot kill, other than a bolt-action rifle, with the power of a standard bolt-action rifle, is 100% legit and fair play, I'll accept that. Because guess what? People need scapegoats, and they need to know why they're dying. It's just simple, plain facts. It's almost palpable. How could anything less be exceeded? I know I'm kind of bitching right now, and I'm not trying to do that. If someone beats me with this tactic and it's working, either copy it or find a way around it. That's called strategy. It's something generals and men of war have to do. And just like Taylor said earlier, I've been playing this game even with the broken ass SMGs, which they're broken. I mean, SMGs on Call of Duty 4 don't require that much skill to use, and it's just they're training wheel guns. It's what they are. They're for people who struggle to play the game, but actually want to play the game and get the enjoyment out of their $60. I mean, not everybody has great hand-eye coordination. Not everybody has, lightning flash reflexes. Not everybody can think as fast as other people. Every man is a variation of yourself, but all men are different in this aspect. So they need the easier gun. They need the gun to run and gun. They need to be able to spray. They want to feel good too. Games like this gives you a sense of accomplishment. And when you kill 3 or 4 people in a spray, it feels good. I know, I felt it many times in this game. I mean, it feels real good just to murder people. But at some point, you gotta challenge yourself. That's more for a casual player. If you play this game at any length, even if it be 2 hours a day after school, or maybe like you play all weekend. Like say some people get on and play, 5 to 10 hours on the weekend every day. Don't say it doesn't happen. I've played with many of you that long. Even some of the people I've subscribed to, I played with almost 4 hours today. I mean, it happens. I mean, it's a recession time. People are struggling for money, and there's a lot of kids, get off of school, ain't got nothing to do. Parents can't really afford to, send them to summer camp and stuff. Money's hard. Video games is a good scapegoat for that. It's free. It ain't 100% free, but it's cheap, and it lets you get that sense of accomplishment without, spending tons and tons of money. It's just mindless entertainment. It's fun. I mean, it's just like playing a board game back in 1970s. Lost my train of thought. I kind of lost my train of thought. Let me just commentate on the video some. Type 100, it's a fantastic submachine gun. It's probably my second favorite next to the Papa Shaw. But I love it with the aperture sight. I mean, it's more balanced than something like the MP40. You'll hear me dread the name of that gun a lot, and it just seems more fair, more realistic, more even for the other team. I find myself doing this all the time because I worry that what will the other team just think negatively of me if I run an easy ass gun. I mean, I would think negatively of myself. I feel bad when I pick up an MP40 and sit there run it all game. you'll see. I mean, I'm sounding hypocritical right now because I use the MP40 a good deal here, but most of the time I used it, I was either trying to shoot long range, which the MP40 excels at, over the Type 100, or I was simply just out of ammo, and the MP40 is used by 80% of every person that plays this game. So you're bound to find a dual clip bandoliered MP40 laying around. Ammo is abundant. I mean, I wish I could find 9mm ammo like you do on this game. My 92 FS would never go empty. I could target shoot all fucking day. But that's just that. I promise the next commentary vid will have a lot less bitching. A lot less bitching. I mean, I just wanted to get this off my chest because some people think I'm a camper, which I am a camper. I ain't gonna lie to you. I camp to fucking win. If it requires me to camp to get the upper hand on you, I will camp. I mean, I'm not gonna sit there and cheat every fucking life and breath like, you know, the moving glitch called snaking. I'm not gonna do that shit. But I will, you know, I will use my environment because they put it in the game for there. The deep impact system is based off people using cover. I mean, know this or not, deep impact doesn't mean allow you to shoot through everything. Different weapons have different impact ratings. Like a submachine gun has a Type 0 ratio. You put deep impact on it, it goes up to a Type 1 ratio. If you, like a rifle has a Type 1 ratio. If you put deep impact up it goes up to a Type 2 ratio. Type 2 stuff is like walls, blocks, stuff of that nature. If you got a machine gun, which is a Type 2 standard, same with like bolt action rifles, they're Type 2 as well, they go up to Type 3. M1 Garand's a Type 2 as well because in the game code it's considered a Type 3. Well, I'm out of time. I'll get more into it later. Thank you. This is Unlimited UAV signing off. Your boy Demi Guy.
Hey guys, coming at you live from the internet. It's Jordie Jordan and Crappy Let's Play channel and I don't know, Astro Mike to your face. I wanted to fill you guys in with my weight loss story and something I actually told Boogie on my channel. And I kind of don't want to let it die out because I feel like it's one of those things that if I don't stop saying it, it will be forgotten. For those of you who are unaware, or maybe not have seen the videos, not been keeping up with my videos as recently, Drew got fired from ISI Elite Fitness, which was the gym that I was video recording in. And through so, I was put with another trainer that I didn't like. So I decided to wait out my contract last week, which had 2 weeks left in it, and pick back up with Drew. So I haven't been going to the gym the last week or so, and I've still been able to lose weight. I've still been able to hold nutrition, and I'm very proud of myself for that. I'm looking forward to starting my workouts with Drew again because I really enjoyed the feeling of working out, and I miss it, and I don't want to get lazy on it. But that being said, I want to talk about Boogie. For those of you who are watch Painkiller already 170, you can find it on my channel or Woody's channel, whichever you prefer to watch it on. But during Painkiller 170, Boogie dropped in and he was a guest. For those who don't know, Boogie's been one of my favorite guests for a long time. He's always a blast. He's a joy to hang out with. He's a very cool, down-to-earth person, and I think he has a lot to offer a lot of people with his intellectual ability. He is a person that has unwithstanding beauty, and he is the benchmark of what how beautiful a person can be on the inside, and how the outside can contrast with itself. You know, because there's a lot of really good-looking people that are the complete opposite of Boogie, that are just morally bankrupt, just have no kind of, you know, just lifeless. And Boogie is the complete opposite of that. I don't know if it's one of those things where fat people have to be that, because I wasn't. I was a fat person that was a complete asshole. I still am a fat person that is a complete asshole. But on the flip side of everything, I do have a heart. I have a rather tender heart. I cry very easily. I'm a very emotional person, and I like to cry in movies and things of that nature. It's just something that I do personally. I ride my emotions more so than I should. So, like I said, I'm gonna say this again. I offered Boogie to come stay with him a week, not as to help Boogie. It's more for me than it is Boogie, because I don't want to go up there and be a nuisance. I don't want to be the guy like, you got to do this, this, and this, and then this, because not everything works for everybody. You got to find what works for you. And how do I know this? I know this because I failed at working out for almost 20 some years. I started becoming fat around the age of 7 or 8 years old, and it's been a downhill battle ever since. And it's proven that's a downhill battle ever since, because I peaked at the scale of 442 pounds. And like, even then, that's way too big, but it still could have gotten worse. I feel like the choices and desire and the pushing that I had in my personal life is what kept me at 442 instead of being at 600. And that is something that I find down to earth and comforting, that I have the ability to keep going, and I'm going to keep going. But on the flip side, I would really like to see what a week of Boogie's life actually is. I feel like we can make a couple cool collaboration videos. I feel like having me there, a person going through the transition of becoming somebody, or somebody that's getting their life to better, eating clean, and I can, just give him certain things that I played off of as a big guy with experience with losing weight, that, as it is. And don't get me wrong, I've only lost like 60 pounds. And but the flip side of that is I'm new to it, and I've had a lot of guidance. I've talked to a lot of people. I've had 3 or 4 personal trainers recently. I've had a dietitian. I mean, Boogie's obviously a therapist, dietitian. He's been on TV and all of these things. And I'm not even dizzying myself with delusions that I can change this man. But as a person, I feel it would be a cool experience, and I feel it'd be a fun experience, and I think it is just something else to do. A lot of people say that when you become sort of a fibber, it's because you're an underachiever. Well, I've been an underachiever most of my life. Most of my life, the one solitary goal that I had was giving up. But at the same time, I always convince myself to come back and try again. But giving up was something that I did well. And the only thing I never really gave up on was video games and YouTube. But YouTube is an extension of video games, because video games are one thing I've always been good at. I've never been bad at them. I mean, there's been video games that I wasn't good at because I was new. But at the same time, I've always had a quick learning curve. And after the learning curve's over, I've always considered, the higher end tier player, or the kind of person you'd want on your team. Even like playing kickball. I was good at kickball. I wasn't the last one picked in kickball either in elementary school, even being fat. But that's because I knew how to kick the ball. I knew how to run the base. I knew how to put heart into it. Procrastination is your enemy, and that's the whole point of this. Procrastinating has never gotten me anywhere, but for some reason I keep falling back on procrastination as a sort of a linchpin to, like, everything is going to be all right. If I just ignore it, the problem doesn't go away. The problem never goes away from ignoring it. And to do this, one of the things is I want to stop being an underachiever, and to do that, I want to start living life, because life is not in 4 walls. Life isn't about how much money you make. Life is not about what kind of car you drive. Life, to me, is about dancing to the music. I seen a South Park episode one time, and it wasn't a South Park episode, but it was by Matt Parker and Trey Stone, but it was a YouTube video that was drawn just like a South Park episode. And they say you don't listen to music to have the last crescendo. You don't listen to music to hear the last beat. So why live your life like that? And that's the way life is structured. Life is structured that you go to school to get a degree, to get a degree, to get a job, to get a job, to get money, to retire. Everything is A to B. Life isn't A to B. That's why life is so stressful. That's why anxiety happens. That's why you have people committing suicide. You shouldn't live your life A to B. You should live your life structured. You should live your life with some kind of idea of what you want to be, but never get so uptight that you can't roll with the punches. And I've come a long way with this. And to me, I want memories. And this is what this trip is. I'm hoping Boogie does talk to his wife about it. I'm hoping she agrees to it. And I'm hoping we can set this up for sometime this year. I don't know when, but hopefully it does happen. But anyway, I just wanted to make sure that people are on the same page as me. And I wanted to remind people that I did say that on Painkiller already. And I don't want to be forgotten. It's been your boy Wings of Redemption. I'm Audi 5000. Hey fellas, it's your boy Jordie Joan, and I'm here to kind of fill you in on this video. It's Throwback Thursday again, and I figured I'd go with a video that kind of got me popular back in the day. For everybody who's ever followed me on Facebook, you notice I have a unique avatar. It's called Godfather of the Noob Tube. And most of that comes from me being one of the first guys to jump on the bandwagon of One Man Army. One Man Army was a perk that Modern Warfare 2 thought would be a great idea, which in itself is kind of a good idea, but it promotes a lot of things that people do not like, such as camping, such as grenade launchers, such as explosives. So explosives have been a major problem with Call of Duty for a long time, even more so in Ghost than it was in Black Ops 2. Treyarch did a much better job at curdling explosives than Infinity Ward ever does. We have the Riot Shield C4 problem here, which was another class that I highlighted back in Modern Warfare 2. But the class that I was born for mainly was being the guy who created the infinite noob tube, or the strategy for the infinite noob tube, and it made it just ran wild on it. So what would you do? what you do is this is the game I kind of chose to highlight it. I ended up dropping 100 kills within the first 5 or 6 minutes of a domination game, and I ended up getting disconnected in the chopper gunner, and it kind of showed off how it was so broken. I know other guys kind of jumped on the bandwagon later, like Muzzafuzza tried to get it out. Blame Truth tried to get Infinity Ward to patch. I know Hutch tried to get Infinity Ward to patch it, and Infinity Ward just would not patch the game. And I think a lot of that comes from now that I think Microsoft charges like 20 grand for a company to put a patch in, like a physical patch. That's why companies kind of sleek over to hot fixes. But this is me not knowing anything. But this is the video that kind of started it all. This is the video that really got my channel to go from 10,000 subs to 100,000 subs. And yeah, Modern Warfare 2 in 8 minutes. Hope you guys enjoy.
Alright guys, I just wanted to discuss a few things with you. Oh, stop the video. I'm showing this kit for the grounds of it has to be changed. There is no, way around it. This kit has to be changed. My internet crapped out on me about halfway through this game. But you want me to tell you the score halfway through this game? 103-3. 103 kills at the halfway point of a domination. I could easily break, 150 kills. No sweat with this fucking kit. What this kit consists of is One Man Army, a assault rifle with a noob tube. I'm using the F2000 because I still got unlocks to do with it. And whatever the fuck third perk you want. I'm using Scrambler just to be that much more annoying. It's that easy. What you do is you shoot 2 noob tubes, you throw your claymore down, and you reload. Shoot 2 noob tubes, throw a claymore down, reload. Shoot 2 noob tubes, throw a claymore down, reload. These are danger close claymores. Once you get 5 kills, which is easy because you can spam. I mean, you don't even got to know if somebody's there. It's like floop, floop, reload, floop, floop, reload. And once you get 5 kills, you get a Chuck Norris enhanced predator missile. Danger close increases the blast radius of your explosives, and it also increases the splash damage. Well, that's blast radius. It increases the damage and the splash damage of explosives. So it does it by 1.4, the same as stopping power. So you pretty much, once you get 5 kills, your predator missile is guaranteed a Harrier. Harrier generally does what it does. It gets a very super powered, airstrike, and then it has the Harrier bullets, which are increased as well. So you pretty much just got to hit somebody. But the Harrier bullets don't change that much. And then you get a Chuck Norris enhanced chopper gunner, which you can see right here. I'm just spamming this shit. They're spawn trapped. They can't even shoot me down at this point because the blast radius, the chopper gunner does so much damage, and the blast radius is so high. On a, it's like I was shooting at the tail of the plane, I was still hitting them over there. After that, there's nothing they can do, dude. I mean, yeah, they can fight and sit down, but like you can see, there's cold-blooded people there. But the splash damage is just getting them because it's so big and large. Like right here, I'm just trying to kill myself. I don't really care. They help me out. Oh, look, I get to build my kill streaks up again. This has to be changed. This is a game-breaking kit. It's worse than Commando. It's the worst kit on the game. I'm using it solely on the fact I need to show this kit. People crying about, oh, you're no good, you're no good. Dude, you can break 200 kills with this kit. I ran into, when I said I hate Modern Warfare 2, I ran into 7 people using this exact kit, but they used it with the FAMAS. 7. There's no way anybody will survive it. Did you see that Claymore? It got 2 kills. It blew the guy halfway across the room. They need to lower they need to make it so one-man army can only change you 1 time. They need to make it not reload grenades. That will fix this kit. Danger close needs to either only increase the blast radius and not increase the damage. Because the explosives are pretty balanced if the damage isn't increased. Just make the danger close just increase the radius, and I'll make the kill zone a little bigger. But increasing the damage on top of it is just retarded because you get to spam it. This has to be fixed. This is worse than the models. This is just utter bullshit, dude. This one-man army is broken as fuck. Like right here, I'm on my 2nd chopper gunner. And what can they do? The spawning system is fucked up in this game. This adds insult to injury. Look at it. I don't care how good of a player you are. You're not getting out of this. I don't even have to aim. I'm just holding it down. This is why I was mad at Modern Warfare 2. But I currently have to play this game. I seriously do, because it is the flavor of the year. I'll probably have to play this game the entire freaking year, and this needs to be fixed. The kill streaks need to be fixed. There needs to be mercenary game modes. I'm doing this by myself. I just happen to get on a good team. But I played about 4 or 5 games with this kit before I ran into this game, and every one of them were blowouts. I'm talking about, because I was jumping from team to team. I was on the other team last game and I went 68-4. I think it was 68-7. I'm sorry. Only got 1 chopper gunner. But the fact is, this kit pretty much guarantees chopper gunner. What are they gonna? How can you defend against this? Blast shield will not work. Blast shield would just make it like a regular noob tube with a big ass radius, and a regular noob tube can still kill you with blast shield. It doesn't cancel it 100% out. Well, I'm sorry. Blast shield will cancel out the extra damage it does, but then it's just like a regular noob tube hitting you. Will not help. And even if you decide to wear blast shield because you're the best player in the game, your teammate ain't going to have it on, and it's probably going to still get you and him. So it really won't matter. Just have a little icon pop up on the guy's screen. This kit needs to be broken, and I'm about to go to El Presador or something out and Infinity Ward needs to give everybody who bought this fucking game an apology. I think this game was overhyped, and it does not live up to its hype whatsoever. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a fun game when at times and stuff, but like I wasn't even having fun. It's a good game, but it needs fixing. They threw shit in this game, and they didn't even think about the consequences of it. Alright, let's give them a perk where they can recharge their grenade launchers. Why couldn't I have been in that room and been like, can I raise my hand? What happens when they start spamming this shit and the guns are worthless? Well, they'll never spam that shit. They'll never do that. Seriously, when you put something in a video game, you gotta think about how bad it can be abused. And this is retarded. Anybody who down Treyarch for having an MP40 jug, this is worse. Seriously, I don't know if y'all how many people have come up against this. This isn't a real popular kit just yet. But what? Look at it, dude. Retarded. Not even trying, just decimating people because the kit kills them yourself. I know I'm going to see thousands of this kit after I release this video because everybody's going to go out and try it. And somebody's going to be like, well, I created that kit, or so on and so forth. I don't care. This has to change. The only way things change is people have to bitch about them. If nobody bitches, nothing happens. If the water stays calm, nobody complains about where it leads to. This has to change. It's your boy Wings of Redemption, signing out.
What's up, guys? It's your boy Wings of Redemption, and I'll go ahead and then we're going to introduce this Throwback Thursday video. This is actually a video that's kind of out there. It didn't really get a whole lot of exposure as much of what it actually is. The video I'm showing you today is the original video me and Kyle did to kind of launch Painkiller already. This is before we actually had Woody as a part of the cast. But Woody did end up being on the first PKA, but we hadn't had him locked in at this point. That's why he's not in on the call. But me and Kyle, at the time, were thinking about doing a podcast that kind of mimicked host migration. For those of you who are unfamiliar, host migration was a thing that C. Nanners and Hutch did. And it was a very popular podcast and something I enjoyed to listen to myself. And I'm like, man, we should do one of these. This would be fun. And so we decided to come through this. And I had come up with the name Painkiller already off the top of my head, mainly because something that we did when we played together. We'd played Modern Warfare 2 at the time, and while playing Modern Warfare 2, I remember it first came about in a state. I think Onslaught said it first. And he was killing somebody on the C flag of a state, and he's like, "Man, Painkiller already? What are these kids doing?" You know, Onslaught's very PC with thing. He doesn't really cuss a lot, so we took that and ran with it, and it's like, Painkiller already? Come on now. And that kind of came to the idea of the podcast name. But on the flip side of everything, this was the video we picked to raise, and I think at the end of the day we raised something like $56 off of this. But that was enough to pay for the original Podbean hosting, which is where everybody else hosted their stuff at the time. And we eventually became the most popular podcast on Podbean. And after we left Podbean, we went, which when we left Podbean, we stopped being on iTunes. But after that, we went over to Google Hangouts, and that's where we've been ever since. Well, we did a little Skype session, but Skype was pretty much the whole live stream session, and now we're into what I consider the golden age of PKA. I feel like Painkiller already right now is better than it's ever been before. I feel like the shows are professionally done. I feel like they're the funnest shows that we've ever done. I mean, a lot of people reminisce for the shows that we did on the live stream where people would interact and stuff, but I feel like those shows kind of took away from them from being a live stream aspect, even though I still do like the live stream aspect we had with PKA, but I feel like we're in where we actually need to be. And I feel like Painkiller Ray's got a good, healthy life ahead of it. But this is the video that started it. This is the video that launched. I hope you guys enjoy.
Hi guys, it's your boy Wings of Redemption, and I want to talk about a little endeavor me and a couple of my buddies are going to start out doing. The endeavor is we're going to start a podcast. We're thinking about starting on Thursday night, but we're kind of open to when we're going to do it. What suggestions would y'all like to have? Would you rather have the podcast right before the weekend so you can download it, or your iPods, or whatever? Would you rather have it on the weekdays so you can listen to it during school or something of that nature? But there is a little problem we're running into, and the problem with that would lead us around to funds. An account costs money. It's a yearly fee for a podcast, so this is where you guys come in. We're hoping that you could donate $1 or $2 to our podcast fund. And what we're thinking about doing is, in return, is the person who donates the most money will be our first guest on the podcast. You think? Could you add anything to that, Kyle?
Oh yeah, I'm here by the way. This is FPS Kyle. I'm kind of sitting here in the background like a lurker, just listening to Wings. Yeah, I've been listening to the other podcasts out there, the Gentleman's Choice and what's Hutch's? I just lost my mind. What's
Host Migration?
Host Migration. I've been listening to theirs and I really enjoy those, but they kind of focus on mostly video games and gameplay and the community and stuff like that. And I think what the direction we were thinking about going with this is almost running it like a radio show. Talking about just pop culture, entertainment, movies, stuff like that. And yeah, if you guys would be willing to help us out, we'd really appreciate it. And I think it'd be a really cool thing, especially if you're like an up-and-coming YouTuber or something, to get on here and talk for. And that's the beauty of a podcast. With YouTube, we've got a maximum of 11 minutes that we can do. With a podcast, we can go and go and go. Right? Is there a limit on the podcast?
No, there's not.
So we could talk for 3 hours, and sometimes we do. So it'd give you an opportunity to get your name out there to several thousand people. I mean, Wings has well over 50,000 subscribers, and I've got a little over 20, and I know a couple other guys who are, in that somewhere in between the two of us that I'm sure would be willing to participate. So if you guys are interested in that, I think it'd be a great opportunity.
There was one other thing, and my mind completely went blank there.
I don't know.
Shit.
This will also happen during the podcast. We'll completely have a brain fart and not know what the hell we're talking about.
Now I'm actually fucking bothered that I'm having a brain fart, and now I can't even remember why I'm trying to remember because I'm worried about the brain fart. I don't know if that makes sense. I'm fucking talking gibberish.
We were going to talk about the movie. Was that it?
Yeah, we're going to talk about a movie. There was something else I wanted to put up there on the thing. Oh, I remember now. I was going to name it Painkiller already.
Nice.
I mean, that'd be a nice name for a podcast, don't you think?
I think so. That's pretty suiting, pretty fitting. Who do you think would get in here with us? In the future, once we get the thing running and up and running, you want to do a little name dropping?
I know Junkyard wants to do it.
All right, man. I love Junkyard. Me and him are like best friends for life. It's gonna be cool.
And I think Dr. Disrespect wants to do it too.
Yeah, let me just, since you mentioned him, I got to talk about the doctor. My sister watches. She's aware that I have a YouTube. She couldn't give a shit less. Okay, and she's aware of most of the other YouTubers and that they do commentaries, and she just thinks it's stupid. I showed her Dr. Disrespect shit the other night, and she wants to marry the guy. She's all over that shit. She's like, every time I see her, she's like, it will be absolute bloodshed. And I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? She is in love with the Dr. Disrespect, and yeah, I'd really look forward to doing that.
I don't know. For a guy who's only got 2,000 or so subscribers, I base a lot of my channel decisions around the doctor.
I don't know why he's got so few subscribers. I thought it's like 2,000 or 3,000, and I'm thinking to myself, like, this dude should have 100,000 subscribers because he's got some of the funniest, most creative shit on YouTube. Yeah. And I was talking to another YouTube guy the other day, and I'm not going to mention it, but like, he was like, I hate him, and I'm like, why? And the issue was he didn't realize that it's a show. It's all about entertainment. He's not really some 35-year-old guy who's like insane and out of his gourd. He's a guy just like us, a younger guy who's like come up with this awesome alter ego and this really creative, funny character. And when you realize that, you realize the genius behind the whole thing and how funny it is.
Oh man, you got to mention the Milwaukee Best mustache.
Oh my god, that mustache is pimp. I've been trying to grow one just like it. I can't pull it off. I can't grow that out. I don't know. I've been grooming mine. It just won't do it. That thing is awesome. He looks like a fucking like South American dictator with that shit. It's badass.
I would go so far as a South American dictator to a South drunk.
Yeah, like I could easily see him in a trailer park, like just kicking back the Milwaukee's Best, like you said. Like that's a badass mustache, man. That rivals Hutch's little facial hair I saw him with the other day. That's some nice stuff.
You know, speaking of Hutch and mustaches, I always hated Sergeant Dokes' fucking mustache.
Who's that?
The black guy.
From what?
From Dexter.
Oh, yeah.
Because, you know, Hutch looks like Dexter. At least I think so.
I think Hutch looks like Ben Stiller. I keep saying
he looks dodgeball now.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I think he looks like Ben Stiller. I think he may have mentioned that before that he had gotten that in the past. But yeah, he does look a bit like Dexter as well. He's got a pretty interesting look, and when I saw him with that facial hair the other day, I was like, that should be on TV. I should have to pay to watch this. I was laughing my ass off at that. That was some funny shit, and like Sark's playing it up so well. Sark's like staring at the beard like it's, I don't know, like it's the Holy Grail.
I wonder if Sark can grow a beard. He looks kind of baby faced.
Sark doesn't need a beard. Sark's got the ears, man. He does not need facial hair.
I'm just waiting. It doesn't even look like he could grow it, though.
It'd probably be patchy. It'd be like a Keanu Reeves style beard. You ever see his facial hair? It looks like he got a dose of radiation or something.
I know my brother. He can't grow a beard worth of shit. I mean, he'd be shaving it off and like a little patch here, little patch there. I mean,
he doesn't even have to put he doesn't even have to put shaving cream everywhere. He just like puts it on the patches.
No. Yeah, you're right. It's just like, I mean, it doesn't grow. It just doesn't grow. He's incapable of growing facial hair. It takes him like 3 months to grow like a soul patch.
I want to get to this movie before we run out of time. We got to be getting up against the wire.
Yeah, we're about 2 minutes now left.
All right, well, I'll quickly give you guys the rundown, and then I'll get your feelings on the movie because we talked about it a bit. All right, this movie's called The Expendables. And it is without a doubt, it has more action stars, more badasses than any movie ever conceived by man. I'm going to give you guys a quick rundown. Sylvester Stallone, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Jason Statham, Jet Li, Dolph Lundgren, Randy Couture, Steve Austin, Terry Crews, and Bruce fucking Willis. Not to mention, they got Brittany Murphy in there as well from the grave to play a part, apparently.
And Mickey Rourke. You forgot Mickey Rourke.
And Mickey Rourke. I almost left Mickey off the list. Mickey Rourke as well. All right, now, let your brains process that for a second. That's the greatest movie of all time. I don't even care if they got a script. They can do it. They can ad-lib the whole movie.
I'm sitting there looking at the poster right now. It's got like a fucking angel wings of M16s and bayonets.
Yeah, exactly. It's got like that. It's got a skull. And it's got these wings on it, and the wings are made up of like a ridiculous arsenal of weapons.
You got some 50 caliber assault rifles.
Yeah, like light machine guns and stuff. It looks like a saw or something at the top. I can't really see on my picture, but it's going to be a fucking badass movie. And the fact that they got Brittany Murphy to come out of retirement for the movie is really impressive. I don't know who's directing.
Coming out of retirement.
I don't know who's directing this film, but they must have some sway with God because they got her back into the, to play this part.
That's cool. I wish they would have put a budget on the IND page.
Oh, the budget's got to be insane, right? Because, I mean...
Somebody put a second mortgage on Trump Tower.
Yeah, there's like 5 or 6 of these guys who are like 8 to 10 million a picture guys. That's going to be a ridiculous
apparently,
movie.
Sylvester Stallone's character's named Barney the Schizo Ross. Why does he have a nickname?
I don't know. The real question is, why does he have a nickname in the credits? It doesn't really make any sense. It's even if they do a bad job with the writing, and they may very well do so, and it may be a goofy-ass movie, it's going to be worth it just to see this caliber of like action stars palling around with each other and like trying to one up each other with the one-liners and stuff.
Yeah, about 30 seconds. I'm just happy to see Dolph Lundgren in a starring role again.
Oh God, fuck Dolph Lundgren.
He-Man and the man.
It's been all downhill for him since He-Man and the Master of the Universe or whatever.
Masters of the Universe.
Masters of the Universe. I'm sorry, with that midget playing that fucked up xylophone or whatever the hell he had.
All right, guys, but my PayPal be in the sidebar if you want to donate. Remember, the top guy gets an honorary spot to be on the first podcast. I guess we'll leave it off at that.
All right.
I thought we did a pretty good job there. Kind of got sidetracked with the. What did we get sidetracked on? Oh, beards. Hey guys, it's your buddy Wings of Redemption. You know, today it's really early in the morning. It's, I don't know, it's probably about 6:30 in the morning or something like that. And this PK survival trip has got me really anxious. So I'm sitting out here. I'm trying to see what I can scavenge and what I can do. You guys don't know this, but I know this. But Kyle's been really seriously hardcore practicing up. He's going to go ahead and claim it. I think he's even made a flag that states that he's the king of the wilderness. So, but I feel like I'm going to be the loose wheel. And I don't want to be the loose wheel. I want to go in with some talent and some stuff ahead of time. I watched a couple shows. Autofocus a little bit. I watched a couple shows on YouTube about wilderness survival. I watched actually 3. Particular. 2 of them are by a YouTuber named New Boston TV, and it's called Wilderness Survival Part 1 and Part 2. If you want to check those out, I suggest Part 2 over Part 1. And Chevy's taking a piss. But with the flip side of everything there, I noticed both of them struggled to start a fire. I've never created a fire without some sort of match or some kind of butane lantern or something like that. I've never actually took a striker and made a fire. So you know what I did? I went and bought a striker. And it rained yesterday. It was still very, very wet out here. And I figured this might be the ideal situation to try and make a fire. I'm gonna go around my yard and try to find stuff that kind of see if I can get something to light. This would be the hardest setting to light in. Like I said, mostly what we have around here is pine trees. We have some spruce maples. We have some cypress maples. We have, in my personal yard, we have breath of pear. We have, that's called a cypress oak. We have pine trees. And that's pretty much all the pickings there is, unless you only count the dogwood. But I want to try to make this fire, and I was kind of embarrassed to buy this. I don't know if you guys seen this before. This is made by Bear Grylls. It's not going to autofocus, but it's the Bear Grylls line. Autofocus. Come on. Yeah, but it's the only one they had in Walmart, and Chevy is about to die to get on camera, so let's go and put Chevy on camera. Chevy! Chevy! You want me on camera, buddy? Don't worry, we got something for your ass too. First challenge of wilderness survival, dumb dog. Dumb dog. He won't let me in the fence. Chevy! Chevy! Get back! Get back! Oh no! Alright, I think right over there is going to be our best bet for dry tinder. There we go. I think that's going to be our best bet for dry tinder. So there's some leaves over there. There's those branches up above. I'm just going to try to get a fire started here. So it's really wet. I don't know if you look at the ground there. But yeah, it's really wet. Chevy has some pine straw over there that we might be able to use. What do you think about that, Chevs? Huh? Want some pine straw? Huh? You're too fast. Too fast. I know she took you a nice piss earlier. Hopefully I don't step in any shit. Alright. I gotta be able to, hey, I'm trying to see here. It's more for my hands than anything else. I couldn't find any dry leaves. There's a bunch of leaves over there, but they're all soaking wet. So I kind of improvised, and even though I know I won't find this out in the wilderness, I just want to see if I can do it to begin with. So we're gonna do this. And Chevy, if I stepped in a pile of shit, I'm gonna kick your ass. Yeah, you. But let's see if we can get this tender lit. I got some. I found some. The pine straw that we got laid out for Chevy. It's a lot of it was wet too. But I found some inside of his doghouse that kind of survived the elements. So hopefully it'll light. And let's see if we can get something going here. Alright. Oh, the ground's very wet. So the idea that I wanted to go with was to basically create a mat, almost like this, and then create another bundle like that. So I'm gonna try to put the flame into this and then transfer it over to that. I don't know if this is gonna work. Son of a bitch! Uh-oh. Uh-oh. It's too damp.
Well, hello guys, it's your boy Wings of Redemption, and I'm bringing you another video today. This video is Throwback Thursday, but this is I think this is one of the pinnacle moments that kind of made the triad between everything happen. We have the Painkiller Race Survival thing coming up, and you can get a Painkiller Race Survival t-shirt at my local store, by the way. Spoilers, well, not spoilers, but priceless selling yourself. But I think this is where the triad first came along. I hadn't met Kyle yet. And I met Kyle about a week later. It's kind of odd that I met Kyle a week later. I met Kyle through a guy named Moody Swede. Moody Swede did a video on Kyle, and I really liked his voice. I mean, I thought he had a very good voice. He spoke clearly. He was very intelligible. I'm like, dude, this guy has a shot at becoming something. I need to help this guy out, and that's something I tried to do throughout my entire tenure. I've tried to help people out. Much so more when I was in a position to help people out when my channel was booming, opposed to now. But all that aside, Woody sent me a message, and at the time he had 38 subscribers. I think the message went something along like this: can we do a video together? Here's a video that I've done. So at the time I think I had, I don't know, 10,000 subscribers maybe. I had just gotten on with Machinima, and so I'm like, let's share some wealth. Let's pay it forward a little bit. So I look at his videos, and in the video I noticed it was an Astro headset on the map Scrapyard, and he had his wife sitting on the couch, and she was kind of testing between the Astros and the Turtle Beaches and which one they like better, and they had like a flow chart and everything like this. It was very tech nerdy, but at the same time I really liked the video. And he had another video up, which is the video you're about to see of him playing Underpass, and he had some really good tips in the video himself. I'm like, dude, this guy could be a thing. And the funny part about this is it could have ended here. It could have ended at this very video. But what it is we ended up getting on Skype together, and we talked and we chatted and we had a pretty good time. And I kind of was in a funk for ideas at the time, and dual commentaries were very popular. And so at the time, people were kind of fading away from each other. Like Machinima came, and then the popular channels went this way, and the not so popular channels went this way, and there was kind of like a barrier between us. So some people would work together, some people wouldn't, and I didn't like being in that drama altogether. So I decided, like, yeah, fuck all of them. I'm gonna talk to this guy. Which this video is the very first video that I uploaded for WoodysGamertag, and I gave him a shout out. And it's a very interesting video. So here's the dual commentary. Hope you guys enjoy it.
We're back, and it's your boy Wings of Redemption. I'm doing another dual commentary with a guy I think everybody can learn a thing or two from, Woody Gamertag.
Yeah,
is that your actual name?
Woody's Gamertag is my actual gamer tag, and I go by Woody, the unexceptional gamer. So the theme behind the channel is helping people do well in the game using tactics and knowledge. So if you watch me actually play, my aim's not perfect. Sometimes I go using the tactical setup, I crouch when I shouldn't. But I still get decent scores, and I still win a lot. And I do it not through excellence on the stick, but by being a student of the game. So that's my deal.
That's the way everybody should be, dude. Play to win. Now, I didn't actually start using the tactical setup till about midway through World at War, when everybody was starting doing that little worm. Did you play World at War?
No, a COD 4 guy all the way.
I don't know if you know this. In World at War, they had a moving glitch called the snake. You had the tactical setup, and you went down in prone, and then you hit the sprint button, and the game server would not connect right away, so it looked like your guy was sliding on his belly for a good 15 feet. And all the higher level players abused this glitch like crazy. You see a lot of MP40 jugs doing it. It would tick me off to no end when I was sniping. You catch a guy out in the open, he sees you, next thing you know, he's sitting there worming across the thing like a snake.
Speaking of abuse, what I'm doing right here, I wanted to talk about. So I'm spawn killing these guys. And here's how the spawn system works. In COD 4 and Modern Warfare 2 are the same way. When you have your red dot sights on a guy, it won't spawn there. So if there's a wall in between you, even though you're aiming at him, he can still spawn there. And that's why you rarely ever see a guy spawn. Sometimes they spawn right behind you, they spawn next to you, or you might even see him spawn, but they're not, your sight's not right on him. You can't aim at a known spawn point and kill him. But I think there's something funky going on with that chain link fence that I was shooting through, because I could aim right where they appeared and still kill them. And I think I got 10 kills in a row right there just by spawn raping them through a glitch in the game. So hopefully that helps you guys do the same.
Maybe the chain link fence is actually considered a wall.
That's what I'm getting at. I think it is. So
I didn't know that. That's something I didn't know. If you point your red dot at an area, they won't spawn there. So if I just stand near the spawn without pointing my gun at it, will they spawn?
Yeah, they will. And in COD 4, when the maps were smaller, I used to abuse that. Like Ambush in particular. They'd spawn there on the right, and I used to aim, I don't know, maybe 20, 30 feet away from where they spawn, and as soon as they pop up, get on target, fire, look away, get on target, fire, and spawn killing in COD 4 was a piece of cake. I kind of like in Modern Warfare that it's not as easy to spawn kill, but there's still spots, and we're figuring them out and sharing them on the channel.
Yeah, but when did they spawn behind that gas tank? Do you know that? Like,
yeah.
what position the flags have to be in?
So we had A and C in that situation, and they had B. My goal was to own A and B. That's my favorite thing to do on this map, and then I just run back and forth in that river that goes between them, and I own that part of the map. But my teammate took C, so we had A, C, and they had nowhere to spawn but B, which is why I think I got 10 or 11 kills in a row there, and they just kept showing up in Bravo again and again because we had AC. So.
Yeah, I actually, this is actually a pretty believable argument because I was thinking back to, I didn't play Call of Duty 4 as much as most people. I got it toward the end of the Call of Duty 4 Succession, and I was on Rundown, I think it's, no, Showdown. And we had A and B, and they were trapped at C. And I got back there with a Winchester 1200, and the guy would just keep spawning there. I ended up killing him 27 times because somebody kept popping up there, and I was just shooting from the hip. It's like boom, wait, spawn, boom, wait, spawn, boom, wait, spawn.
Yeah, the spawning.
I never even thought about that.
It looks at which flags you have, where your team is, where the other team is. And in that case, we had AC. They had nowhere to spawn but B. And from the machine standpoint, I was behind a wall, but it was a chain link fence, so I just got to do my thing there. As far as comments, people ask for comments in these videos. It's not typically something I do, but I'm genuinely curious. If you get back to about 350, 355 to the viewers, the sentry gun's taken out. And there's friendly people around it. There's friendlies in the air. There's friendly everything, and I have no idea why that sentry gun died. So if anyone figures that out, let me know in a comment. That'd be huge.
Maybe
did you see
cold-blooded, most likely.
But I was looking right at it. There was no one but good guys around it. Do they wear out, the sentry guns?
Yeah,
ever?
they do wear out. They're like a minute and 30 seconds, and they're gone.
Maybe that's what it was.
Don't tell me the exact. I don't know the exact time, but it's a little over a minute, and they just go floop, so they don't be there forever. Now, let me ask you this. You seem to be knowledgeable. Do you know when the sentry gun actually goes towards your kill streak?
No. I've experimented with that all I can.
Because I know it does.
You know, I watched your video at one time where you said the first placement is when the sentry gun kills count. And I played around with that, and it's inconsistent, I guess. I swear I've had sentry guns that do count. And, of course, if it's from a care package, it doesn't. But ones you earn through a 5-kill streak seem to sometimes do. And I don't know.
Maybe it's like the Pavlo. Maybe you got to get a kill before it gets a kill.
Is that how the Pavlo works?
Yeah, the Pavlo works like that. If you get a kill before the Pavlo gets a kill, it will build towards your kill streak. If you don't, it won't.
Huh. Alright, that's good to know. Oh, by the way, this part of the map to the right of Bravo is underutilized. There's 2 sets of barrels here, there's the trains, and no one ever hangs out there and protects Bravo from that spot. So I have a good time. People don't look for me there, and I can hold Bravo for 3-4 kills before I decide I need to move on and get out of there. So check out those Bravos on those barrels by Bravo if you guys want to hold B.
You talk about the ones above it?
No, everyone looks there. The ones by the train. I was at them when I first started talking.
Near the forklifts, huh?
Yeah, to the right of the forklift. There's Bravos and there's Jersey barriers, which are those concrete triangle things. And there's a lot of good cover to the right. And
I think we should touch on one more thing before we get to the end of the video here. How much time we got left?
Almost
a minute.
Yeah.
We were talking about the holographic versus the red dot, and you brought up a very strong point, which would kind of make sense why it's a later unlock. You want to talk more about that?
Yeah, people talk about the red dot versus the holographic, and the red dot's better in 2 ways. It has a smaller dot, so you can see better, and it has less glare. But I always run the holographic because it helps the unexceptional gamers like me for the auto aim. If you shoot anywhere near the target, the holographic sight tends to guide itself on because it has a stronger auto aim, and that to me makes up for its disadvantages, which is the bigger dot and the glare. So I'm all about the auto aim.
Let's see. Would you tell me that? I actually like the holographic because of the bigger dot. And when I'm using stuff like a LMG or an RPD, I found it shines way better than the red dot because you can just spray it, and I was getting kills easier.
Yep. I bet it's because of the auto aim's giving you a hand. So, hey, I've got a question for you. We had a debate on my channel. Let's say you get a Harrier, and then you quickly earn the Pavlo. Do you wait to call the pay blow, or do you call it in right away at the same time the Harriers are up?
I'm kind of touch and go with that. It all depends on if the Harrier's doing work. I'll generally wait on the pay blow.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to call the pay blow in before I get the 11th kill streak. Generally, if I'm running the 11th kill streak, because if not, you have to wait till after the 11th kill streak to use the pay blow. And if you have something like an AC-130 and you use that before the pay blow, people are usually going to have their Stinger missiles out, and the pay blow is going to get short work done on it. I would say it's better to call them in both at the same time, because one is two objects in the air, which can give you a collateral air Stinger missile, but it's that much harder to shoot either one of them down because there's two air support up.
I agree. I tend to call them at the same time because when I wait, everyone has their Stinger classes equipped. And
yeah, because if they take the Harrier down and you call the pay blow in,
yep.
they haven't died yet. Oh, look, there's another 400 points for me.
Exactly. Yeah, so that's why I call them in twice, but people views differ. So
looks like we're riding a little bit over here.
But,
I'll put some pictures in or something.
Hey man, I really appreciate the help.
This is WoodysGamertag. He makes excellent videos. He has a complete damage chart on his channel. Check him out. Subscribe. I would highly suggest. I've subscribed to him personally. It's your boy Wings of Redemption, and
WoodysGamertag. Thanks, guys.
checking out.